The 2020 domestic football season is about to come to a close, but fear not, football lovers, as the international game is about to crank up a notch with the return of the UEFA Nations League. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today we're taking a look at match day, whatever it is. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today we're going to take a look at Group B, Section 2 over in the Nations League, UEFA style. We'll get to that in just one second. If you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button. Keep you bang up to date with all things Nations League related, Blackburn Rovers related, World Football related. We're going to know here. That's right, boys, you know the drill. It's probably around about halfway, give or take, to the old Nations League. It's all meeting up, isn't it? Yes. Who's going to be coming out on top in this group? We'll take a look at that in just a second. If you are new to this channel, of course, bang the subscribe. And, of course, big shout out to the Patreons for supporting the channel in the way that they do, behind the scenes. Respect to my brothers from another mother and, of course, the family, my forever growing family. And if you are thinking about how do I join that family, well, you just got to go to patreon.com/Roverseas, check it out, and you can become a brother for life. That's right. So check it out. Check it out. Until then, though, we're going to take a look at, of course, the nations that make up Group B, Section 2. Here I am. So who is in this group? Tell me who's in this group. I'll tell you. It is, of course, Scotland. Get on, yeah. The flag of Scotland. When will we see Steve Clarke again? Here he is. He's coaching, of course. They do play their football at the Hampton Park over in Scotland. Andrew Robertson, of course, Premier League winner, Champions League winner, now Capitano of his country. Kenny Dalglish, of course, the most capped player for the Scots, 102 caps to his name. Of course, ex-Rovers guru in regards to the manager. And when we won the glorious Premier League as well. Dennis Law, top goal scorer. I think Dalglish also has the same amount of goals with 30. Currently ranked 50th in the world. They need to sort that shit out. They used to be high as high as 13th back in 2007. Their lowest point was 88th in the world. I think under Steve Clarke, their things are going to look good. I think their chances of doing okay in this group are there. I don't think they'll be a relegation team. I think they'll be in the mix. We'll see. Joining them will be Slovakia. They're currently managed by Pavel Hapal. They play their football over the Telenay Pole, captained by Marek Hamsic, who's also the most capped player with 120 appearances and the most top goal scorer as well with 25 goals. They're currently ranked 32 in the world. Currently highest rank is 14 in 2015. Their lowest rank is 150 in 1993, probably when they got separated from the Czechs. And speaking of the Czechs, they're also in this group. They're not now. They're joined by Israel, managed by William Rottensteiner. They play their football at the Teddy Stadium. They're captained by Bibras Nakto. Their most capped player is Jussi Benayoun with 102 games for the country. Top goal scorer is Mudashe Spalgla with 33 goals. Currently ranked 93rd in the world. They've a highest ranking of 15th. Back in 2008. Their lowest rank is 99th in 2018. And of course, I did mention them earlier. The Czechs are in this group as well, managed by Jaroslav Shlevarevi. They play their football at the various stadiums across the glorious land of Czech Republic. Captained by Vladimir Daradida. Most capped player is Peter Cech with 124 games to his name. Jan Koller, top goal scorer with 55 goals. Currently ranked 45th in the world. They are second. They were once second in the world back in 2006. Their lowest ever point was 67th in 1994. And again, that's probably from the dismemberment of the Czech Republic. But of course, they got the better end of it. Look, 67th. But that's the nations of Group B, Section 2. Now, let's take a look at the meat of the matter, of course. It's what we're here for, folks, to take a look at the game. So here are the games of Nations League B, Section 2. We're going to just go plough through these, quick draw, McGraw. We're not going to chew on them too much. We're not going to talk about form books and all that kind of stuff. That's for the next time we talk about these games, which will be in the match day by match day ones. And we're going to be doing those probably around about the back end of August, back end of August, probably around the 28th. Very good day, that day of August. So that's when those will be coming around about those days. So make sure you stick around for that. Be sure the best way to do that is do what our little hands doing and smash that subscribe button, boys and girls. So let's get into it and take a look at the game. Starting off, of course, Scotland against Israel at on the 4th of September over in Hampden Park. And I think the Scots will get off to a nice win, 2-1 in the end. It'll be nervy, of course. They don't want to start with a defeat because if they get a defeat, they'll be looking over their shoulders. I've just had a quick glance at the table, the overall table for this at the end of it. Whew, it's quite a shocker. But anyway, Slovakia will take on their of course nearest and dearest Czech Republic on the same match day. It'll be a 2-0 win for the Czechs. Goodness gracious me! So an opening day defeat for Slovakia and Israel, which gives Scotland and Czechs the upper hand. Next up, the two winners of the last games will lock horns on the 7th of September. Over in the Czech Republic, it'll be the Czechs who come out on top as well with a 3-1 win, back-to-back wins for them, and a first defeat for Scotland. Meanwhile, Israel and Slovakia will lock horns over in Jerusalem, I suspect, and it'll be a 1-1 draw for both of them two sides. I probably think, I don't know who would be the happier with that. Maybe Slovakia with an away day point, perhaps. Then next up into the month of October we go. Israel will take on the Czechs, and again, the Czechs will make it a comfortable win for themselves, a 2-0 win away from home. So Czech starting off very, very well. 3 wins on the spin for them. Meanwhile, a chance for Scotland to get back to winning ways, and I think they'll do that over in Hampden Park as well with a 2-1 win over Slovakia. So not too shabby as we reach the halfway point. It looks like Scotland and the Czech Republic have it in their hands. Meanwhile, Slovakia and Israel are going to be looking over their shoulders as to see who will get relegated. But it could all flip-flop around here, boys. Next up, we have another meaty encounter. It'll be Scotland against the Czech Republic, and I think this one will be too hard to call. This one, I think the Czechs completely outpowering the Scots in the first time that these two guys locked on. But over in Scotland, I think Scotland will give them a bit of a competition. Of course, hopefully the momentum is with the Scots after a nice result against Slovakia. Hopefully this will springboard them towards at least safety in this group and not get themselves relegated into Group C, because that's where football nations go to die, is Group C. You don't want to go there. Next up, Slovakia will take on Israel, and they will also lock horns, and they'll also fail to get a winner. Again, it'll be probably a good point for Israel. Again, 2 points dropped for Slovakia. Unfortunately, they look having a nightmare Nations League here. But hey, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what happens in the Nations League. It's all that matters is the World Cup qualifying. So if they finish bottom here, who cares? You know what? They'll see what's going to happen in the World Cup qualifying campaign. And I think the World Cup qualifying campaign will kick off before the Euro 2020. How mad is that? Anyway, Slovakia will take on Scotland in the back end of this, of course, and it'll be an away day victory for Scots as well, so they'll keep up their ambitious attempt at reaching top honours here to get themselves into Group A, which would be absolutely crazy for Scotland. But unfortunately, the Czechs are in the driving seat with a 3-0 win over Israel, and these two games will take place on the 15th of November. And then finally, into the back end of this, of course, Czech Republic look absolutely cruising. They'll take on their nearest endeavours one more time, and it'll be another comfortable win. 4-0 demolition by the Czechs over Slovakia to put them in the deep in the discussion for relegation fodder. Meanwhile, Israel will also lose to Scotland as well. So not that I'm wearing my blue and white glasses of Scotland here, folks, but I think Scotland will do okay. But will they be good enough to oust the Czechs? It looks like it's a two-horse race for them, and also a two-horse race for the relegation spot. So who do I think will finish bottom of the group? Well, according to my calculations, it'll be Slovakia, with just 2 draws, 4 defeats, and a -8 goal difference sends them bottom of the pile to Group C, or at least the playoff. I don't know what happens at the foot of the table. So 2 points for Slovakia. Israel actually got the same amount of points with a -7. Goodness gracious me, that's fine margins there between staying in this division and also going down. So Israel there with 2 draws, 4 defeats, -7. Of course, Scotland sit in second spot comfortably though. 13 points, goodness gracious me, 4 wins, 1 draw and 1 defeat for them. And it'll leave top honours, of course, for Czechs with an unbeaten campaign, 5 wins, 1 draw, goal difference of +13 and 16 points on the board. It's probably the best I've seen so far in these Nations Leagues. So that's your lot, folks. That is your lot. I think the Czechs will make it through to promotion to the Group A for next time, whenever the next Nations League comes around. And Slovakia will be either relegated or playoffs or whatever it is. And Scotland and Israel will still remain in Nations League B. And I think, to be honest with you, I think that's okay for them. Let's just, let's not put the cart before the horse. You know what I mean? Scotland need to rebuild and they need to refocus, and hopefully there's a whole bunch of quality players coming through the ranks. I hope, because Scotland have been on the back foot and on the wane for many years, and we've seen some really dog shit managers over the past 20 years. I can't remember the last time. Bertie Folks, I don't even think those days were good. I think we had a period. The first period of Alex McLeish, I think, was okay. The last one, when he came back again, shite. Who else was in there? There was another manager that did okay. But we've had some real stodgy managers, and I think Steve Clarke is a breath of fresh air. Of course, if McInnes was linked with the Scottish job way back when, but he didn't take it. I would have liked to see him come in there. So there are some good managers in waiting, but we just need the players. But anyway, that's what I think will happen. Scotland finishing second. The Czechs coming out on top, unfortunately. Slovakia going down. Israel just happy to be in the conversation. That's my pick-a-roonies for Group B, Section 2. Be sure to give your own predictions nice and early down in your comment section from 4, 3, 2, 1. And of course, we'll be back tomorrow for Group B, Section 3, which will be... too many E's? Russia, Serbia, Hungary, and Turkey. There we go. That's the all rhyme there. So, yeah, be sure to give this video some love. Smash the thumbs up. Of course, smash the subscribe and the little bell so you don't miss a beat of the next few days. It's Nations League galore here. Of course, other bits and pieces are on the channel. If you want to support this channel in another way and become best mates, we'll have hugs, Thanksgiving, Christmas meals, all that kind of stuff in the future. Once we get a move to a better house, the door will be open. I'll lock us in the cellar. I'm only joking, or am I? But anyway, so just make sure to give the video some love. Back tomorrow, Nations League B, Group C, whatever it is. You know the drill. Until then, I'm out of here. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.